the timer means that you have a 1 second increment. You get a second added back onto your clock with every single move. And so it's a very common time control used in chess. So the base foundation, the base time that both players have is 1 minute, and they get an extra second for every move. So as you can see right now, Mamedyarov has 1 minute and 3 seconds because he's getting a second back. You can actually finish a game with more time than you start with on occasion. So that is the format, 1 second increment throughout.
And I thought you were going to say, as we can see here, it's my least favorite opening. Yep. It's a French.
We have a French structure, which is what this is defined as, but G5 is an ultra-aggressive approach for black to try to attack the king.
Yep.
D4 is hanging.
And actually, now knight B3 is a follow-up. So
yeah, you get a tempo on the rook, and then you can even trade everything.
And then E5 is hanging? Well, this just looks terrible all of a sudden.
Rook G7, Queen G7, excuse me, to hit the rook. But actually, I think that black has done just fine here.
There's going to be some issue with bishop H6 coming and this rook on F8. The king is stuck.
But if you eliminate the bishop and then slide the queen to B8, isn't E5 more of a problem? Although, I guess the knight
rook takes C1, though. I don't know if you have to do it, but...
Again, the whole feature...
Bishop B5 check. Oh, bishop C6.
Bishop B5 check, bishop C6. Okay, the whole feature of this position is white wants to get the attack against the uncastled king. A king trapped in the center is usually not safe. You can try to play rook to the G file.
Then knight E4 comes in, I guess, with the tempo.
Knight E4. I wanted to play queen H7 and then play rook G8, but the king runs out to D7.
Saying, I don't care about my F pawn as long as I get to keep the material. And if rook G8 comes, the G2 pawn, well, now he's the knight on G3, so there's no pressure.
He's threatening B4 now because he's guarding E4. Kick the knight.
Queen E8.
Oh, and he finds it.
So rook G8? The queen's trapped!
Queen takes H7, though.
Oh, I thought it was trapped.
Oh, you scared me. That's my job to make
knight C3.
Crazy emotional outbursts.
Bring the knight in.
Okay. Oh, settling in a draw again? No, he wants more. Knight E2 check.
Yeah, that was a threat in some of these lines.
Okay, he may end up settling on the draw anyway. Talk about a fancy way to start the
I love it.
Portion.
Play on.
Okay, bishop G5 is played. Now rook G8 is no longer a draw. The queen is trying to get out.
So rook...
Okay, black has to get something now, or the king in the center long term with not very much time on the clock is going to come back to haunt him.
What, rook A1 coming?
Rook A1 is going to come and skewer the two pieces.
But then there was knight C2, I guess, so he didn't want to give his rook on E1.
Yeah, but he may have missed it. I mean, okay, now he finds it.
I think he did miss it.
If the bishop moves, A7 falls with check.
Oh, but the rook on E1 was hanging.
This is nuts.
So rook D2.
Rook B2.
Or D2, because otherwise the...
Well, I was going to say, I thought you were going to just try to hit F2 at some point with rook B2, queen C5. He plays queen C5 right away.
But double attack. A6 is hanging, F7's hanging.
Bam.
That's bad
Slam.
news.
Thank you, ma'am. Look at this. This is a problem.
Play bishop D3. Good move, protecting
rook A7,
the rook.
Though. Just ignore it. Don't take F7. Just take A7.
Oh, you can take both.
He goes for it.
Next.
Oh, my God. The king has gone full Forrest Gump.
Yep.
Running. Here comes rook A4 at some point. It's going to be a problem. I can't look at the ending. It's going to hurt. I don't know how, but the king is not going to survive this walk.
The rook on G6 is hanging. Oh, but then queen F2.
Oh, queen F2 is still mate.
Oh, but the queen protected it from G6, so actually probably
he could have just taken the rook.
This is just wild.
He didn't see it.
D2! Push that pawn!
If the king somehow wins this game, this is just...
Yep.
Okay, rook A3. You can't trade queens, and then black will just win.
Yeah.
This pawn is way too advanced.
Oh, I thought he should take with the king on C3. But he's bringing his king back to safety.
This is hilarious. King back to F6.
Queen F3! Queen
F3! The pawn's pinned.
Queen G5 check!
Oh, Queen G5 check! Queen G5 check!
Queen G5 check! He got it!
He found it!
Oh my God!
That was nuts! We have 12,000 viewers here. Holy Lord!